Dog and cats are by far the most common pets for obvious reasons. They're affectionate, inquisitive, playful, and oftentimes just straight up silly. And who wouldn't want that kind of good vibes in their home? But oftentimes, people impulsively bring home fur babies without fully understanding the amount of money and time you'll have to sacrifice. Having a fur baby is like working multiple jobs, and you are responsible for all of their needs. So today, I'll be going over what it takes to be a responsible fur parent and how you can give your baby the best possible life they can have. What's poppin', y'all? My name's Roque. I'm a third-year vet student and I make research-based content about animals and vet school. If you vibe with this type of content, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe so that you can stay updated. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do is to pimp out your crib. And that means setting up your home so that both you and your fur baby can live comfortably. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, it entails having a designated sleeping area for your fur baby. And many parents will let their babies sleep with them in their own bed, which is totally chill. I for one let my dogs Pickle and Roquette sleep with me all the time. But if you have a bedmate that's not too hot about the idea, or if you just want them to have their own space, make sure to prepare it beforehand. Pimping out your crib also means providing a litter box for kittens and pee pads for dogs, both of which are relatively cheap, but be aware that these will be reoccurring expenses throughout their entire life. It also means puppy/kitten proofing your house so that nothing valuable breaks, and providing them enough enrichment or toys to keep them stimulated throughout the day. Cats and dogs get bored just like we do, and if you don't provide them with anything to play with throughout the day, your electronics and shoes will surely be first on their list. Next up is to harness your inner Ratatouille and to become a personal chef for your fur baby. Never thought of becoming a nutritionist? Well, too bad, because now you got no choice. Our fur babies require specific diets to ensure that their bodies both function and feel great. Luckily, many of the commercial feeds check almost all of the boxes of their nutritional requirements. However, our pets can also grow tired of the same food every day, so it does help to switch the brand up every once in a while and offer them treats. Just make sure to research on what they're allowed to have and monitor the effects after changing their diet. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but raw meat and table food is an absolute no-no. This is a bit of a controversial topic, but hear me out. Giving pets raw meat has been a recent trend that has honestly been causing more harm than good. While there are a handful of benefits that can only be obtained from uncooked meat, research states that there are a lot more negative side effects that comes with a raw meat diet. The likeliness of bacterial, fungal, and protozoal infections increases tenfold, and it just doesn't outweigh the benefits in my opinion. Additionally, we might think that we're showing them love by giving them some of our food, but that just simply is not the case. The food we eat is often way too high in salt, fat, and other nutrients that they can't process like we do. As much as we like to think that our fur babies are our own family members, we are still different creatures. They have a distinct diet which should be followed to ensure optimal health. Look, I don't need to be the one to tell you that your pet is special, because you already know that. But do understand that the way they process food is just as unique. What works for other pets may not necessarily work for yours. So research on the proven diets, find out which works best for your fur baby, and make sure to speak with your vet to ensure that you're putting their health first. Speaking of giving them the best possible care, it's now time to put on your nursing hat and focus on their healthcare. As a vet student, I can obviously go on and on about how to optimize their health, but in order to prevent making this video an hour long, I'll just be going over the absolute necessities. First up, we got vaccines. This should be the first thing that you prioritize once you have a fur baby, especially if it's your first or if you have other pets in your house. Some of them include the rabies vaccine, as rabies is still very much prevalent in the Philippines, so it's really a non-negotiable shot to give your fur baby. This is honestly like the bare minimum vaccine that you should be giving your fur baby for the safety of both the pet and the people in your home. We also have our 5/6-in-1. This single shot gives you coverage for most of the lethal viral infections that your fur baby can get, which for dogs covers nasty viruses like parvo, distemper, parainfluenza, hepatitis, and sometimes multiple strains of leptospirosis. As for cats, it covers leukopenia, FIV, herpes virus, and more depending on what brand your hospital provides. Our last essential vaccine is for heartworm. Fur parents often overlook the fact that heartworm vaccines are completely different from your 5-in-1 and rabies shots. Your fur babies can actually get infected with the heartworm by getting bitten by mosquitoes. So in this tropical country where there's lamok literally everywhere, I say this is an absolute must-have. Next up, we have our antiparasitics and deworming. These are actually two separate things, but I place them together for simplicity purposes. Antiparasitics covers all the ectoparasites like ticks and fleas, while on the other hand, deworming often covers the endoparasites, or the parasites that live within the body of your fur baby. You can get these on pretty much any clinic, pet store, and even now on Lazada and Shopee. But I'd honestly advise you to speak with your vet first to ensure that you're getting the right one, because it can honestly get a little tricky with the dosaging. Last for our healthcare is doing your routine checkups. It's advisable to have your pet checked by your vet twice a year according to veterinary health standards. But I also understand that it might be a lot to ask for some people, so at the very least, have them checked on at least once a year. A lot to digest, I know. So if you want me to do an in-depth video on any of these healthcare related topics, then make sure to comment down below which one so that I know what video to make next for you guys. Okay, so now that we got the primary healthcare out of the way, it's now time to talk about what you as a fur parent will be doing 90% of the time, and that's maintenance. These are all the tiny responsibilities that quickly add up and take most of your time, and this includes both their hygiene and daily routine. So first, let's start with hygiene. Whether you have a dog or a cat, you'll have to ensure that they're being well maintained. This includes bathing them multiple times a week depending on their dank level, nail trimming and brushing their teeth every other month, and the occasional ear cleaning. Maintaining their hygiene can take up a lot of your time, but if you got the extra cash to spend, you can Gcash me at 0917. Kidding. Even if you were willing to pay me, I honestly don't have the time on my hand. But if you do have the funds, there are tons of grooming services that can handle all the hygiene necessities and save you a bunch of time. However, there's another side of maintenance that simply cannot be delegated, and that's their daily routine. For cats, it's not as time intensive since they pretty much rock it Hans style, aka solo. But if your fur baby is a dog, then this is where the real challenge begins. You need to give them lots of opportunity for exercise, whether it be taking them out for walks or providing them enough toys. Lots of time also needs to be allotted for discipline, such as potty training and listening to commands. And I know it may seem like a lot, but I promise you, it will pay off in the long run. And that wraps up our list. Just like that, you are now an interior designer, chef, nurse, and parent all in one. Moral of this video? Just get a reptile. Jokes of course, but I know what you might be thinking. Roque, this is a ridiculous amount of effort, money, and responsibility. If I can't even take care of myself, how can I possibly take care of a pet? And the truth is, you're probably right. Being a responsible fur parent is not cheap nor easy. But what I can tell you is that you get paid back your ROI and infinitely more than you'd ever expect by means of cuddles and love. Our pets give us countless happy moments in our lives and make us feel things that words could never describe. And being a responsible fur parent is the least we can do for someone that brings us so much joy. So if you like this video, then make sure to hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell as well so that you never miss a video. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces!